Hey, everybody, I'm Chad Eckert. That's Eric Martins. And that's also Josh Culp, the future of fantasy. He's on the phone with us.
What's up, guys?
From Roto Grinders, from Numberball. You read him every week. You follow him on Twitter. He's the man himself, Josh Culp. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, it's good to be here.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Now, we are hashtag not experts. You're a real person that does really real things with fantasy sports, including fantasy golf every week. Like I mentioned, you write an article for Roto Grinders. You're a part of other things. Not anymore.
Not anymore, no. You're
Number fire.
Yeah.
Well, your article gets tweeted by Roto Grinders, so
Yeah, I just made the switch, so it's understandable.
Nice. Tell us, Numberball. What is that?
It's a new site that Jeff Collins launched. You probably knew him from he's qualified for a bunch of live finals, but it's kind of a new site that's all about teaching instead of just giving picks, So
Cool. Hey, we love that.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is hard to do. So we try to do this every Monday to give everyone a baseline of what other people are thinking. We do it all for free, for fun, to provide info. You have another connection to us. You live in Minnesota. This is fun. Since it's the 3M Open out there in Blaine, you kind of live up there, near there. Where do you live? You live in Minnesota.
Oh yeah, Rogers.
Nice.
I'm up northwest of the cities, 30 minutes from the tournament this week.
Okay, cool. Now, my dad would want me to mention that you're an alumni of Iowa State University.
You did your homework. Yeah.
He is an Iowa State guy himself and born and raised in Davenport, and so I understand you're an Iowa boy.
Yep, born and raised in West Des Moines. So
Nice. Midwest all the way.
Yep.
Now, you've only been in Minnesota for a few years, so you can't claim, you don't want some of the stuff that Minnesotans are. You can look at our pod that we did about Minnesota, so we don't have to talk about all that crap, the cliches, Minnesota nice, all that dumb, lame things that Minnesotas do. You are the future of fantasy. Now, do you still run your own website?
A little bit. It's kind of transitioned to Numberball. A lot of the information's going over there. So
follow you on Twitter, and that's the handle at Future of Fantasy, which I've been following myself for almost 20 years, I feel like.
Yeah.
I've been doing this forever. I mean, you don't look that old, so I'm surprised. I've been reading you since I was a youth. What is up, dude? How did you come up with the name Future of Fantasy? Did you just know?
I just knew the future now. It was a thing in college. We just started a website that was about it was actually about mostly baseball stuff at first.
Okay.
But, I decided golf was the place to be. So
Do you play golf?
yeah, yep, a little bit, not great, but
Okay, good. You're bad like me, not crazy good like Eric.
yeah.
Not
My
crazy
handicap's in the mid-teens. So
Nice, perfect. Well, we got to get out. We should
I
play.
know.
Since
For
we're
sure.
basically neighbors, except for I live 30 minutes south of the city, north. But
We'll
we'll find a middle
just meet
ground.
in Shaska. Meet up with
Yeah.
Moose.
Now, okay, every Monday, Josh himself, Future of Fantasy, publishes an article, or used to for Roto Grinders, but I'm assuming it's under Numberball's paywall. Is it?
Oh.
Yeah. I do an article on Roto
go ahead.
World, and I do one on Numberball. I do a few on Numberball.
Cool.
So
So
that's
you do
where
like
you'll find
correlated courses. You're kind of like the correlated course guy, I feel like.
Yeah, that's kind of how some people know me now. But
Well, you're also known as the guy that has quotes of every single golfer about every single tournament from all time.
yeah,
that's how do you collect that data?
That's what I do all day. I just read quotes.
And listen to interviews and write stuff down.
Yeah.
I love it because it really is helpful to finding out if a player is into this type of tournament or this type of grass or that length of that style course or whatever. It's great. Every week, Josh has all these different golfers, and they are all saying different things. Sometimes they're not even in the event, and he has got a quote from them from 2 years ago. So follow this every week. We do. That's how we get our bearings. You help figure out what's going on with the course, too. And this week, we have a new course, TPC-Twin Cities. Now, have you been there?
I have not. Have you?
No. Do you have press credentials to go?
I did not apply for any, so no.
Oh.
I'll be there Sunday.
We were declined press. We were. I was the CEO of Fantasy Golf.
Nice. You got to try.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'll be there Sunday, but I'm not gonna be, have a press credential there.
So yeah. So hey, hit him up on Twitter. You want to meet up with him? You bringing your family? You going alone, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I'll be there with my wife.
Nice, cool. I'm thinking about doing the practice round tomorrow. If you're out there, hit me up, Twitter, whatever. I'm gonna be there for a little bit. What else? So, what do you think about this course? Let's talk about TPC-Twin Cities. Do you have read about it? You wrote.
Oh, of course, I did the research. But yeah, I mean, when I first looked at it, it was like, this course is going to be impossible. Like, there's water everywhere. Mm-hmm. But then when you hear about how they're going to set it up, it seems like it'll be a cakewalk. So.
Okay.
Wow.
In terms of the landing positions off the tee and the approach shots in, are they going to be between 175 and 200? Are they going to give you those last week 150 every single time?
It seems like there's going to be a good mix of both. They have a lot of short par fours. Some of them might be drivable, depending on how they set it up. I think three or four maybe that are potentially drivable.
Sweet.
But,
now, does that favor the bomber, do you think, or does that mean like you could be anybody? It's kind of an eclectic leaderboard.
You really, it's tough to say with stuff like that. You really have to know how they're going to set it up, like, because like if they set it up where it's like 360 and no one can really reach it, then it's like the bomber doesn't really have an edge. But if it's 320, they can easily reach it, then it becomes quite an advantage.
Now, knowing Minnesotans and Minnesota nice, I bet you set it up super easy and let these guys murder it and get eagles and feel good about themselves.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there'll be lots of eagles.
I was gonna ask you do you speculate that the players themselves are staying somewhere around the course, or do you think that they'll stay downtown and travel 30 minutes in?
I never even thought of that. I bet they go downtown.
Yeah, see, I'm not sure if, like, after your round, you go to an Airbnb down the road, it might be more comfortable.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Because Blaine isn't exactly like a nightclub hotspot.
No. If you want to stay out of trouble, then I guess you just find an Airbnb nearby.
Yeah, so. Now, did you have a list of correlated courses, or do you want us to go find your article and click on it?
Yeah, go to Roto World and find my article.
Good call. Okay. Now, do you play DraftKings?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know. Some people do all this stuff and they just bet, or they don't actually.
Oh, yeah.
What's your exposure, the weekly process? How many lineups are you playing, and what's your kind of overall feel? What do you do each week?
So really, at first I tried to do like the huge mass multi-entry. Then I realized, I like to just make more select lineups.
Gosh,
yes. So I've started to do like 3 to 5 lineups and trying to really like think about actually what I'm putting in them instead of just plugging it into an optimizer and say, give me these guys. So I feel like with the limited lineups, you can really take advantage of like contest selection, which, even if you're not playing it for like a job, it's still like something you want to pay attention to. So
now, are you betting on things
just
or
do
not?
DFS. Yeah, it's the way to go.
Exactly like us. We don't bet. Well, we know we lose. That's everyone's like, I won last week, but it's like you lost 55 weeks in a row. Have you ever won a hashtag mega profit though? Are you anything to hold your hat on? I have a quarter arcade GPP win.
It depends on what the mega profit is, but
no, $1. Yeah. Like, well, no, but really though, like $100. Have you ever won where you feel like,
yeah, there's what really got me into like switching from baseball to golf was there was a site before all these DFS sites were out. It was like kind of sketchy, but I would enter into those.
What site is that?
It's called like Fantasy Golf tour, I think.
Okay. So yeah, that sounds
something like that. But I won a few nice paydays there, and I was just like, I gotta start doing this.
Well, I mean, you put the time in and do the homework. You feel like you should have some advantage, but this stuff is roulette and it's hard to figure out. Every week you feel like you have it down. Your list of top 25 every week, I look at it and it's like half of them are in the top 20 and half of them are not.
And then Dustin Johnson goes and misses the cut.
Exactly. This week, though, for the 3M Open, have you thought about it? Have you looked at it? It's Monday. Obviously we make changes in our opinions as we get closer to lock time on Wednesday. Do you think Brooks, are you going to go there? What's your thoughts this week for 3M Open?
I mean, my gut tells me to avoid Brooks, kind of based on the price and everything. Like I wouldn't say he's a bad play overall, but once you start thinking about what you got to pay for him, and then but
11-9.
I don't know. It depends on if people are gonna flock to him, kind of.
Right.
Thing.
I don't think they are. I think they're off of him, but therefore, is there any like Hideki right there? And then you got Bryson, if you name Jason Day. Who's your favorite of all the favorites?
Yeah, I mean, I think Hideki seems like the safest of that range, but I think everyone else is gonna think that way, just like last week. So
then he runs into that 24 cuts in a row buzzsaw that's happened to so many people.
Yeah, so I mean, I think he'll be pretty safe, but Jason Day probably has the best upside, I think.
I like it a lot. Now, in terms of sleepers, do you have a thought in your head of a sleeper?
I think someone like Troy Merritt comes to mind.
Love it.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of local connections, and then also, a little bit farther down the board. I wouldn't recommend this for anyone entering one lineup or something, but Johnson Wagner, this just screams for whatever reason. He always crushes the John Deere Classic, easy courses, bent grass greens seem to be his thing.
Are you in or out on Bryson? Are you a hater or a lover? Because you can't be in the middle with Bryson. Everyone either hates him or they love him. What are you?
I'd be closer to loving him.
Cool. Yeah. But yeah, if you hate him, we understand. I mean, he's kind of weird. What about Phil? Do you think he's done? Will he ever win again?
Oh yeah, I think he'll win. I think he'll win multiple times again.
Okay.
I just think he goes through these. What's that?
Does he have a chance in this?
Oh no, not this week.
No.
I think he just goes through these periods where he can't find a fairway.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's all about course for him. So.
Yeah, true that. Yep. And he seems like a bomber now. He loves to hit bombs. So
yeah.
That'd be a place for him.
Figure out that's not the answer.
No. The bomber Finau, could he get a real win for the first time ever here in Minnesota?
I'm not on board this week.
Okay. Now, the rookies, the cool new names, Hovland and Wolff and Sue and all these guys, Morikawa. Do you like? Who's your favorite out of all of them? Are you or are you leaning more Neiman, Im, Champ, that little generation, that kind of first crop? Who's your favorite of all these new guys, these new toys?
Yeah, I mean, I think of the new guys, the new crop that just came out of college. I think Morikawa is the guy that I flocked to.
Morikawa?
Yeah.
Yeah, Martins loves this guy.
Yeah, you like him? Yeah.
I do.
Colin Morikawa, you talk about him every week, and you act like you know him. You've seen his swing, and he's brand new, and no one's ever seen him. Everyone loves him. What about Gooch or Burns this week? Do you have? Are you thinking Hovland's going to actually perform to a 33 to 1 or 9? I mean, everyone's on him. Is he going to disappoint everyone?
Yeah, I think those odds and that price is pretty ridiculous. I don't.
So for a single bullet entry, you're probably going to avoid that one.
His short game is pretty awful.
Mm-hmm.
Last week was the first time I think he's gained strokes putting.
Yes. Yep. And he saved himself with that.
And around the green isn't good either. So it's.
You know who's good at putting is Bo Hostler.
Oh yeah.
But what's wrong with him this year?
He just his tee to green numbers are so bad.
What happened to him? He used to be good. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Yeah, there's a weird, like, him and Peter Ewing are two that, like, I wouldn't be surprised if they're, like, leading after round one. But I wouldn't.
MDFing on Saturday?
Yeah, something like that. Or the next round hitting, like, 4 water balls.
God. Okay, so out of, like, everybody in the world, this is a future question, not 3M Open. All the golfers that we talked about, who in the next year and a half, 2 years or so is going to be the next Xander, is going to be the next one that's kind of just automatically up there in the top? Because we know Bryson kind of didn't have – he was like 100th in the world at one point a year and a half ago, and now he's 5th. Is there a name that you see at the bottom of the list, more like the like low ends of the hundreds of, 75 to 100, that's going to just be there? Is there a name in your head that you've doing this enough that you know names and you know when this guy feels like a rookie that's coming up, or new guy?
Yeah, the first name that came to my head was Scotty Scheffler.
Okay.
I think he's going to be a force. He's crushing it down on the Corn Ferry Tour.
Okay. Cool. I like him. Yeah. Again, you're a real person that does this for real, so we appreciate you coming on to this and entertaining our 200 watchers. What do you have to promote? What are you gonna? What's number fire? Sign up through a link, or follow you on Twitter? What's going on with you? Tell us how you promote yourself.
Yeah, you can find me at numberball.com. That's where I'm writing my kind of more deep opinions, I guess, like rundown thoughts. And then I'm also writing on rotoworld.com still. So
cool.
And then my Twitter is at Future of Fantasy. So
well, they probably already follow you, dude. You got like 9,000 followers.
You never know.
If they don't, they better. My God.
After this, they better.
Yeah. Appreciate you. Honestly, we're going to go through the names and give reasons. We're going to have you back on if you'll come back.
Yeah, I'll come on sometime. Cool.
Nice man. Thank you so much. Peace out, man.
Peace. Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah.
See you, Josh. Future of Fantasy. That is a real person who is a real fantasy golf expert, an analyst. We are not. Why did we cut him off? We should have let him give his names and reasons. No one cares about us, do they?
Probably not. No.
Oh
Why'd you cut him off?
Man. Whatever. Should we do it? Should we get into the names and the reasons for the 3M Open? Let's run down the list. We've got some info. We've got a little bit of our bearing set from Josh himself. And now we will start at the tippity tip top with Brooks Koepka, $11,900. Almost $12,000. Do you think Brooks Koepka is insulted that he's not $12,000 and last week DJ was? Is this going to trigger him?
Trigger him.
He'll be motivated because of that price, $11,900.
Oh, he doesn't know about the price.
He's been on vacation wearing the green thong. He's been doing that this week, so maybe he's a little red from his time with his woman.
And now he's got to be in Minnesota. Oh, no.
Why would he come here? Well, he could rent a boat and go on Lake Minnetonka and do the same kind of thing. That'd be cool.
True.
We do know that he does not play well at non-majors, and he does only care about majors. So at 11.9, I don't know if I want him. But are we going to get the Brooks at the Honda where he was T2? That's a not major. Or Brooks at the Byron Nelson where he was T4? Or are we going to get the Travelers T57 Brooks or the RBC Canadian Open T50 Brooks? Which one are we going to get this week, Eric Quagnas Martin?
I don't think we're getting a winner out of him. Do you? So
then you got to fade him if you're not going to have a winner at 11.
Yeah, we're not getting a winner out of him. Has he?
I'll fade because of the fact that he is on vacation and not thinking about this event. I mean, at 11.9, you can go with Hideki, who's lower than that. You can choose him. 11.1, ranks second in my model, popping off in all these things. Somebody that, again, is the safest bet. It's almost amazing that he hasn't won yet with the run he's been on. And he hasn't had a T5 since January. He's been so good, but hasn't put all together to get that top finish or that T5. I don't know. he's been so good. He's made 24 cuts in a row. It's almost been 365 days since he's missed a cut. But Hideki, 11-1, might also be fadeable because of his popularity.
And the concern about the cut situation, like, I'm a little scared.
Yeah. That's why what you need to do is you need to go down lower and you need to look at Jason Day at 10-9. I like him this week. Josh liked him, which I was happy to hear. Jason Day is ready to win. This man, between what was 2015 and 2016, there was a few months there, like 6 months, that he won 4 times in 6 events. He hasn't won. He's like had 2 wins since then. There's a tweet I tweeted about it. Literally, he's due for a win. Like, I feel like he's actually gearing up for a win. His last 2 events, he's had like a T8 and a T20. I think he's coming together with Stevie. I think he actually does care. And he's having an amazing year despite not winning. The dude has 4 top 5s. Every single event that he's made the cut, Jason Day has a top 25. If he makes the cut, he's finishing close to the top, paying off his price at 10-9, in my opinion, compared to 11-9 Brooks. So I'll take a Jason Day discount. Are you on the names in the 10K range? Day, Bryson, Patrick Reed, the APPR.
Yeah, last week playing PPR was a good move, and I think I'm going to go back to him this week as well at 10,000. I think people are going to be, like you said, Hideki. He's going to garner a lot of interest. I literally have. I made a weird model this week. He's 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. He's 1 in everything. People are going to see that. They're going to see.
Hideki.
Yeah, Hideki. Yes, I'm talking about Hideki right now. People are going to. It's not going to be a secret. Hideki's playing good.
He's almost too good, though. Like, seriously.
It's too. Yeah, I know.
This happens all the time where it's the guaranteed made cut. He's going to dominate. He's a man, automatic top 5. This is the D period last week. DJ had 20 cuts in a row. It was amazing. Of course, he's going to top 10.
I'll still take some Hideki shares, whatever.
You got to go down with the Hideki ship.
You do. Yeah, you do. But Patrick Reed probably won't get clicked at $10,000 is my guess.
Oh, really? I think he's ready to disappoint people because of the showing last week. Ryder Cup experience in Minnesota. They think the fans will be behind him. I like him. The eyeball test shows that he has performed better than he has. It's clear. You can see it if you watch golf. The gut test is also there. I feel like he's ready to – he's poised.
But I'm saying people don't – they're not going to click him at that price. I know.
They never click him because he's Patrick Reed and they freaking hate him. I put out a bunch of positive stuff about Patrick Reed, or I've seen some positive things from last week about Patrick Reed, and then there's comments like, at least – or, you know, too bad he's an asshole and too bad he's a bad person. It's like, what? He's a perfectly fine individual, and he loves bent grass. He's 4th in strokes gained bent grass in the last 2 years. He loves it. Did you see him at the Masters 2 years ago?
That's bent grass at the Masters, so yeah, makes sense.
Go. Of course, Bryson, take him. Everybody likes him. He's trending. I saw him as the trendy bet this week as someone that's like due also. He won 4 times in 18 events in 2018. Like, he went on a stretch where this is where he started to pick it up. So Bryson at 10-5, you could do that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go a little bit lower. I'm going to go to the 9K range. I'm going to look at the nice young guns. I like them. I'm going to skip Sabbatini. I'm going to skip Finau. I'm going to go right to the Neiman, Hovland, and Im. I love them all. They're young. They're fun. I'm going to click them. They're really good. They're almost overpriced for what they should be, so maybe that'll temper some ownership. But these are the events that they're going to perform well at. These swing season events, this is it. Birdie fests, where they don't feel like they're getting into too much trouble. One bogey's not going to kill them. I like it. Maybe. I don't know. That's me on a Monday night. You?
I don't know if they're overpriced, and I don't think this is a swing season event, but I do like those names quite a bit.
Oh, you know, everybody's saying that they're overpriced. I mean, Neiman's $9,300, but Keegan Bradley's $88.
True. Okay. All right. Yeah.
I mean, like,
Neiman over Finau. I mean, yeah, it's you know, whatever. We can debate. The DraftKings does what they do with their algorithms and whatever. So fading Sabbatini 9.5. This guy's red hot. How could you? I mean, I've been
on him. I've been on him for all of this. I feel like this is the time to get off of him because he's not going to care so much about this after his T3 last week. This is the moment of disappointment for everyone, getting on to Sabbatini finally. This is his best finish he's had all season so far. He has the second most rounds played in the last 3 months with 32. He has also made the second most cuts in a row in this field with 13 behind Hideki. I feel disappointment's coming for a $9,500 Rory Sabbatini, who is focused on the next major. He's ready to get on to the Open, I think.
Dude, never forget about the fact that he is representing, what is it, Slovakia?
Yeah.
Citizenship.
I know. It's a citizenship tout, but
Yes.
he's doing it so well that I think he's going to have a not care moment after his T3 last week, where it was a disappointing T3, honestly. But at the same time, Rory at 9.5, it's a letdown spot when you can get a cool, young Joachim Niemann at $9,300, who ranks a little bit better for me in my model, and then also is interested in doing well to get into the President Cup, to do the Open, to do all this other stuff, whatever. I like Niemann. He's playing great. 2 top 5s in a row. He's trending. I like it. I also like Hovland, who is amazing off the tee. Now, again, he was too good with his putter last week, maybe. That's a little scary. But I read that he is tweaking his clubs each week. He's getting a new iron. He's adjusting his driver. He's doing this and that. Like, he's finding who he is on the fly, and he's having these performances. He's making 5 cuts in a row. I think the stats are skewed and show him a little bit better. He's ranked 3rd to me, behind Brooks and Hideki. So,
yeah,
again,
he ranks really well for me as well.
Yes, the stats are a little skewed with him, so I'm a little hesitant. Again, the truth is that I am in love with the 7K range this week. So I am going to be able to use almost all of these people if I want to, because I'm not going to use every 7K name for 100 lineups. I'm going to spread those a little more tertiary style, where you get 3 or 4 shares of each of the 7K range names. So I may hit up some Rory Sabbatini shares when all's said and done, and I need some upper names that can help differentiate some of my 20 lineups. But at the same time, I like the young guns. I also like them because it's Minnesota, and it'd be cool if Niemann won, or if Hoffman won, or or whatever. It wouldn't be as cool if Finau or if Sabbatini won. I'm just going to straight up say it. That's how I feel. I wouldn't mind, though, if you went to the 8K range and you didn't pepper it this week. You were lightly salting it. I will go very heavy with Kevin Streelman again, dude. This dude hits his leg, gets pissed. Made this missed birdie putt from 6 feet. I was watching him very heavily. I was interested to see how he did in the feature groups, and also just stat tracker in general. And he double bogeyed the last hole, but before that he missed like a birdie putt that was easy to make, and he was just pissed. So he was done. He was over it. His T35 should have been more like a T5. So I like Streelman at $8,900. I'm going to go back in on Kevin Streelman. How are you feeling about the 8K range, Eric Quagnes Martins? Are you going to pepper it, or are you going to avoid it?
Well, Streelman, I really like. He ranks 7th in my model, my weird model. But his short and long-term stats that I've been staring at, I mean, he's good. And I love the rage. I didn't see what you saw, but when you told me about that, that made me really happy to hear that he's hitting himself when he's missing putts and stuff like that. I mean, Keegan, I think you just, if you click Keegan, you keep clicking Keegan, because he does what he does. He's going to upset you from time to time. When he puts. We're good to go. He'll get you at 8,800, and if he gets you a top 10, top 15, you're pretty happy about that. I think.
What about Phil? Your boy Phil? Are you going back to $8,000?
Josh was right. He's a course guy, and this doesn't seem to be.
Yeah, Josh is
and
right.
And you were right too. He seems to be a bomb. What's that bizarre video? I hit bombs.
Yeah. Now, I wanted to talk quickly about his motivations for the President Cup. Now, this doesn't mean to do it this week, or he's going to be good at this course or whatever, but he is somewhat interested in making it onto the President Cup team. He is currently 14th. Now, the top 8 get automatic selections, and then Tiger gets a couple other selections. Tiger's probably going to pick himself if he doesn't get in that top 8, which doesn't look like he's going to. So Phil wants to get into that because he has played in 24 consecutive USA team events. 24 straight years Phil has represented the United States He has actually the most President Cup wins of all time with 25. He passed Tiger the last time out. Tiger might win a match this week or this year. So Phil wants in to keep his record of number 1. Now, that's stupid. I get it. It's 14th right now. But if with a top finish here, going into the Open, I don't know. I think it's possible that, granted, he's missed 5 of 8 cuts. He's kind of lost his form since January where he had a second and then he had a win. He just birdies, though, so much. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to just do an ownership play, he won't be owned. You know that. People know that he's bad right now, but we're talking about a guy that's won a lot of majors, and he's probably, besides Tiger, won the most on tour as far as events is concerned. So, I mean, we know what this guy can do. It's just a matter of, is he showing up? Is he caring? Is he on social media caring more about that? Who knows? I think.
Well, Josh said he's not retiring, and he's going to win again. He's not going to go to social media and quit golf.
True. Yeah, Josh was confident in Phil's winning, but he wasn't confident in this week, and I'm going to listen to Josh.
Okay.
I don't know about you.
No, I don't know. I'm probably going to listen to Josh, but at the same time, I'm going to click Carlos Howell III at $8,400. He showed up last week, but he had a poor Sunday round. I'm going to avoid Nate Lashley. I think he's going to have too many emotions coming in. I'm surprised he's playing and hasn't withdrawn yet.
Me too.
Piercy, I can never get him right, so I'm probably off of that. And Hadwin has played well. Is in President Cup motivations as a Canadian. However, probably skip this lower 8K range. Do you have a name you like out of all these 5?
I don't particularly like you said, I think less of a pepper and more of a light little salting of this. Yeah. I will look actually at Piercy. He had that nice run. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had a little hiccup, a miscut a couple of events ago at the RBC Canadian, which was a little disconcerting, but U.S. Open, he made the cut, and then I don't know. He was on a tear there for a while. I don't see why we can't maybe see him back a little bit. But besides that,
well on this surface.
Oh, he doesn't like the grass.
Strokes gained putting on bent in the last 2 years, and putting can change, but that's one reason why you might not be on him. But it doesn't matter if he's hitting it really close. He's 8th in the field in greens and regulation gained in the last 3 months. Scott Piercy at $8,200. However, you could just pepper the 7K range. There's so many names, and there's so many names. There are actually more names in the 7K range than there are the upper ranges. So, therefore, you're going to have to click a lot of these, and I'm going to like a lot of them. First of all, I'm going to ask you, because Nick Watney. Is this one of his streaks he's on, or what?
He's certainly in form, and I have not been on him, and so
he just ranks really well for me, so I'm a little nervous, but you're the Watney whisperer. I'd take advice from you on Watney. God damn it, Charlie Hoffman, he screwed me 3 weeks in a row, so I'm going to go back to him, of course.
Are you? Wow.
Okay. I will take Peter Malnati, who's played a lot, but guess what? Peter Malnati, I wrote down that over the last few times that he's played, he hasn't had the putter working to save him or propel him, prop him up like he normally does. When he normally finishes well, he's gaining a lot of strokes putting. In the last few weeks, very steady, even strokes gained putting. I feel like top 10 is coming on. This man hasn't had a top 10 for a really long time. I think it was like 2 years or something, and he's done really well this year. Peter Malnati, I'm a believer. I'm going to go back to it. I skipped him last week thinking that he was fatigued, but at this point, at $7,800, let's go, Peter Malnati.
I've been on him for many weeks now, and I'll continue to do it as well.
Now, you're the man of the you're the lover of Glover. Are you a Lucas Glover fan this week? He has had no top 10 since the Tournament of Champions in January. Wait, no, that was somebody else. What has he done?
He got
Arnold Palmer.
Yeah,
Arnold Palmer.
Yeah.
He's been bad recently, but he was good to start the year off.
He does well in not high scoring events, but low scoring events where it's birdie fest.
Okay.
And if you look at what he's played recently, they haven't really been massive birdie fest like what we saw this past week. So I'm kind of interested, and I think he won't be owned.
No, he's pissed too many people off. And
for sure.
His strokes gained tee to green in the last 12 months. He's 8th, dude. He's performed.
Yeah.
He's been off and on. I mean, he's bad at opportunities gained in the last 3 months, but he was good at them in the first 3 months of the season. So will he find it again? I don't know. He's money motivated. We know this about his wife. Sepp Straka. He's 5th in my model. Holy shit. $7,500. Should you skip Sepp or should you strike on Sepp Straka?
Yeah, I looked at him as well. It's just, is he on a streak? What's he doing right now? It's
freaking Straka. It's freaking crazy. Another guy I like, though, because of his experience at the Ryder Cup in Minnesota, Jimmy Walker, even though he had a losing record. I like him. Jimmy Walker, $7,500. He likes bent grass, I saw. Boom. Another name, $7,400. Corey Connors. He missed the cut last week. I actually clicked him for the first time in a long time, and he missed the cut on me. So I'm going to go back to him to try to get some money back from him. The dude is number 1 in greens and regulation. He's number 3 in tee to green in the last 3 months. He's number 3 in opportunities gained. He's number 3 off the tee. He's number 10. I mean, like, he's 8th overall, $7,400, motivated by President Cup. Also, someone that plays well on bent grass. We saw him at the Masters. He showed up. I don't know. Corey Connors? Sure, let's do it. Another Canadian I like, Mackenzie Hughes. Well, I like to call him Mack Hughes, so that's why I like to use him at $7,400. He's showing up. He's showed up for me, and he's performed for me. So Mack Hughes at $7,400. I got more names, dude, in the $7,000 range. Do you have any?
Just a couple things to mention. Cameron Tringali, why? I saw things happening with him early in the season. He popped last week. Probably not a good time to click him this week because that might have been the explosion that he was waiting for, as far as what I was noticing months ago.
His load.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, he ranks 4th in some of the stats that I'm looking at that I put a combination together. I might click it and then get ruined because that's what happens. You got to catch these guys at that right moment. But take a look at him. I might go back to Duff Daddy as well. Oh. He missed the cut by 1. He's bad, I know, but he could pop just as easily, and he ruined me among many others. So
no, you can have him. I don't want anything
for sure. And Kyle Stanley, I was taking a look at last week, and he had a nice showing.
Oh yeah, but he withdrew today, so it's.
Oh, that's right. You said that. Okay, don't click on him.
Okay, now click on
downward.
Bud Cauley. Don't overlook him at $7,300. That dude is a great guy. He performed well at the tournament, the Memorial. I think he was a top 10 or something. T9. That's the event that he had a car accident. I was in a car accident, a serious one. That's why I have a scar in my eyes.
Brand.
So that's car accident Cauley. Let's go. $7,300. He's solid. Matthew Wolff. Oh! Disappointing start to his career. He's at an MC and an MDF. I think he'll care. I think he's caring about the Hovland hype, the Redmond hype. He is someone who made the winning putt on the 2018 National Championship team. He also won the 2019 individual championship for golf. He is freshman of the year in college. And last year, he was top golfer of the year. Matthew Wolff is actually maybe better than Hovland, and Hovland's at $9,100. I like Matthew Wolff at this price at $7,300.
I'm in.
Okay, Wyndham Clark may be back. He's also a smasher of the ball. I love that. He is crushing it off. He loves bent grass. He is also good at putting from 5 to 10 feet. He's number 1. It's right, or 6 maybe in the last month. Whatever. He loved. I don't know. Oh no, it was Denny McCarthy. That's number 1. Clark is 6th in strokes gained putting from 5 to 10. I like that range because that's how you make your pars and that's how you make your birdies from 5 to 10. Now Max Homa is popping for me. He's 9th overall. I like him. $7,000. And also Matt Jones, another name who is looking for Ryder or President Cup credibility. He's at $7,000. Should we be done? Go into the 6K range?
Sure. Yeah, you cover the guys I liked. You said Wyndham Clark. Jonas Blixt, I'm going to keep going back to. I don't care what you say.
He's okay. Yeah.
Troy Merritt, 6,900.
What else?
Place to start.
Definitely. That's Josh Culp's guy. He comes in 4th in opportunities gained in the last 3 months. Well, you want further out? 6th in the last 12 months in opportunities gained for Troy Merritt. Also, someone that is 23rd in tee to green in the last 12 months, 28th in greens and regulation in the last 3 months, and he's 21st in tee to green. Okay, a guy who plays well and it's from Minnesota, apparently. He knows this course, I'm sure. I also like Trey Mullinax. He's showing up for me. I keep clicking him. He's terrible every time I click him, but whatever. He ranks well in a lot of things that I like. So I don't know why. I'll keep clicking him because I'm a fool. I will also click on Lebioda. I think I like him because of his story more than I do because of his golfing ability. He has Crohn's, so it's harder for him to play in regular events. He has to go to the pooper a lot. $6,900, Hank Lebioda. K.H. Lee is down here, but K.H. Lee has maybe hit a little bit of the midseason fatigue. He has missed two of his last 3 cuts after making 10 straight. So $6,900 ruined me last week, but I just like his game. I think I'll go back to him. Then I also, oh my gosh, I got names from last year that I used to tout and click on. And then I haven't even mentioned at all this year. $6,700.
Who?
Brandon Harkins.
Oh, he's back.
He's in my model, Poppin. He's 21st. He's $6,700 because he smashes it. He likes bent grass. He's good at tee to green in the last 3 months. I don't know. Something's up with Brandon Harkins. Also, if there are drivable par fours, if there's eagleable, abilityable places on holes here, boom. Brandon Harkins is your guy for those eagles. Another name, my last one, before we talk about the 2 Minnesotans. $6,300. Cam Davis. Do you remember I touted him last year?
Yes.
He is kind of like your Wolff, whatever, up-and-coming guy from Australia. Down under. So I think he's popped a couple times this year. I saw Reed Fowler touted him once before. I mean, people know about this name. He's 26th in my model. He's decent. He's $6,300. So if you're looking for if you're going to play Brooks and you want a low-priced guy, Cameron Davis, $6,300 is a real good golfer. Anything else?
Unless did you want me to mention Hoagie, or is that what you were going to save for the?
No, we're doing Hoagie, Lehman, and Heron.
Okay.
Are you really clicking Hoagie though?
You know, he's actually a bright spot down here in the 6,300 and below and slightly above range.
What makes him so bright?
Well, I mean, if you just look at what he's doing off the tee and ball striking, and the only thing he's really been bad at lately is just his short game's kind of bad, but his approach game has been all right. And
his driving distance is awful. His greens and regulation is awful. His strokes gained putting on bent is terrible. His off the tee game is bad. The only thing I have showing in my model for him is that he's been good at opportunities gained. But
listen, he's coming home.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Stats.
Oh, I will mention that like last year at this time of year, I saw a bunch of tweets by the Twins where Phil Mickelson was throwing out a first pitch. I remembered that. And I was like, why is Phil in Minnesota? And then he is playing this event. So maybe Phil cares. I don't know. You know who is old that might care is Tom Lehman. He's $6,200. He's old. He plays on the senior tour. He was in I think it was T11 last week at the U.S. Open senior tour thing. He's playing this week on a course that he helped design. His last PGA start for Tom Lehman is last year at the Open where he missed the cut. I don't think he's going to care.
You going to click him?
No. I might click Lumpy, though. Why is Lumpy less priced than Lehman? That makes no freaking sense. Tim Heron, a person that's from Minnesota, $6,000, actually has performed this year. He's made 3 or 4 cuts. He's $6,000. He definitely wants to make money and show and have the fans cheer at him. He's freaking fun. So if you want a definite flyer that's going to make the cut at $6,000, this is the guy. The dude made the cut at the Charles Schwab and lost 7.3 strokes off the tee and 7.8 strokes total. Around the green is where the guy's just getting box lucky everywhere. Who cares? This is how you do it. He's $6,000. You could pick $6,000 Lumpy and he can miss the cut. It doesn't matter. Your 5 out of 6 is probably going to be pretty good 5 out of 6.
And you're going to get some coverage of him playing just because of the Minnesota narrative. Him and Lehman for sure.
Oh, follow him on Twitter. I don't know. It's PGA Lumpy, I think. I don't remember. But either way, thank you for watching this. It's been 45 minutes. We had Josh Culp on. This is our tournament, the 3M Open in Minnesota. Like I said, we did the 3M Open / Minnesota 101 pod where we talked about hot dishes and Minnesota Nice and stuff, you can click on that. What you can do is you can also follow us on Twitter at Fantasy Golf Pod. If you feel so inclined, hit a like, hit a subscribe, hit a dislike, hit a comment. That makes us feel better about doing this work. All day today, I did all this research. Right now, we're spending an hour away from our families to give you this information. So if you could just hit the like button, freaking share this stuff, okay? This is just for fun.
God.
Hopefully we provided some value. The Twitter account that we have at Fantasy Golf Pod is tweeting value to you, right to your phone. Go like those tweets. That would be appreciated. Oh, if you follow us, but we don't follow you, hit me up with a DM, tweet at us, follow me, and we will follow back. That's how we do, because we're not high and mighty. We'll tweet every single person that sends us a comment, we tweet back or we like. Because we're not high and mighty. We do this for free. We're not trying to sell you on anything. We're just trying to sell you on watching this free shit every Monday. That's it. Are you excited like I am? I'm going to the tournament tomorrow. I'm so excited.
I need to see some video of the rough.
I'm going to have to show some rough video. I'm going to bring a golf ball. I'm going to throw it in the rough, and I'm going to send that video out on Twitter.
Good.
It's raining right now. It's been raining. Shit's going to be soft. I'm going to keep tweeting weather touts for everyone.
Are you a weatherman now?
I guess. It's kind of funny. Because last night I was sitting there and I went, it's raining. Oh my God, people care. they might, actually. It's fun. Let's be done. Goodbye. Right?
Goodbye.
Thanks again to Josh Culp. Appreciate everybody. We love you. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.